Georgia State, yes. I mean, our kids, for everything that was on the line, having lost to this team 69 to whatever it was last year, for this team to come in here and beat them. It took them 34 years to get to their first bowl. It took us 6. It took us 6 years, 3 years for us and 3 years of Bill Curry. But I can't say enough about our program, our young men. They are the ones out there battling, and I'm so proud of them. You know, they could have easily came in here and wilted under this. This is the worst home loss that this team's ever had, Georgia Southern. You know, so, you know, our kids came in and they believed that they could win, and they just finished off 4 straight victories in a row in the conference from 2-6 to 6-6, and it just said I can't say enough about the young men that we have. That's why you recruit smart, tough, great character guys that love the game.
How do you keep this going? Now you've only got the 1 game left, but now you go into the recruiting season.
Well, I mean, you know, momentum is everything. You know, and when you win games, it makes recruiting a lot better. So now, you know, people know that we're no joke. I mean, we're a bowl football team right in downtown Atlanta. You're a bowl team, and we're a team that is very young. Almost all these guys are back. You know, we got to replace our kicker. We got to replace 2 starters on defense and about 2 or 3 on offense,
including our
quarterback. But I mean, again, we're a young football team, and this program is growing and growing and growing, and we're giving Georgia State and the city of Atlanta something to be happy about.
Orlando, Arizona.
I don't know yet. We won't know till tomorrow. I'm just happy to go. Heck, I'd go to the North Pole to go to a bowl game. I don't care if they got an Eskimo Bowl. I don't care. We're for these young men. We talked, last night and this morning that we weren't ready for this to end. We're all having too much fun. I mean, every day being around these guys, they're enjoying it. We love each other, and we're just. I can't tell you how happy I am for these young men.
At what point in the game did you, or realize we've got control of this?
When we walked on the field.
Okay.
I mean, that's how we have felt, and that's no disrespect to Georgia Southern. They're a great program. They're well coached. They got great players, but our kids have felt that way probably since we beat Ball State. At Ball State, that's what our kids have felt that way. And I know that we lost the game against Louisiana Lafayette, but we still didn't believe that that we shouldn't have won that game. I mean, our kids have believed that for quite a while now.
Quite a year for Georgia State's athletics department.
Quite a year. And I'm excited for the administration. I'm excited for the alumni. I'm excited for the student body. I'm excited mostly for these players and their families, and the assistant coaches and their families. I will tell you this. I was asked in my interview by Dr. Mark Becker in the interview process. He looked me in my eye and said, "Can you get us bowl eligible by year 3?" And I said, that's the plan. I can't guarantee it, but that's the plan. Dr. Becker, you got your bowl game.
They all physically dominated them.
Right.
When did you kind of get a sense during the game of they're not going to do anything on this?
Well, I came out just, telling all the guys they weren't going to get anything, which I wasn't planning on giving anything, running to my side. I had Caleb Ringer, Alonzo, and Bobby and Taurus that had my back, and my big boys up front that did a great job tonight. And they really worked, and we told them that we wouldn't let them get anything. Kind of gave them some stuff on a couple penalties on that drive, but we continued to lock back in, and we did our job.
And now, do you care what bowl you go to, Orlando, Arizona?
No, it doesn't matter, as long as we're going bowling.
Well, what are you most looking forward to about the bowl experience?
I don't really know. I mean, I'm just ready to go to a bowl game with my team, and I'm just excited about tonight. I'm ready to celebrate with my guys on the bus and stuff, and on the way home back to Atlanta.
And one more question for you. Same question I've asked some of the other seniors. What is the impact of not only beating your rival like this, going to a bowl, going to have, do you think, on the future of the program?
Oh, yeah, it was a big win today. The young guys they seen how we changed it, and these guys are finally understanding the way to win. which is through our preparation. And I mean, Coach has been doing a great job, Coach Miles, Coach Manor. I mean, those guys have been doing a great job. Coach Wilkers preaches to us every day about preparing the right way throughout the week. I mean, we do that, and we continue to focus on, and we execute on Saturdays. So.
And now, does it come off?
I don't know. It might. I don't know. I mean, that was a big win. We might have to talk about it. I don't know.
I can't remember what your chin looks like.
Me either.
We look at the scoreboard, Dave said, and very few people would believe it, but there's a few folks in that locker room, including yourself, that did believe that this was not only possible, but with all the hard work that you've been doing and the extra hours that it's taken. Talk a little bit about that.
It's just an amazing feeling. And having those guys and seeing those guys celebrate in the locker room and just how happy everybody is. And when you really get that feeling that all of that work, all those hours and stuff didn't go in vain, and that you really accomplished something in the end. And to be able to beat a rival like this and to be the first Georgia State football team in the history of this rivalry that will probably go on for the next century to win. And that's a big thing, because people are going to look back decades from now as us being the first bowl team, the first team to win in this rivalry, and to be able to win like this is amazing. It's just an incredible feeling.
A lot of things that you've done in the off season. I remember the extra film and the stories that we were reading about, the extra effort that you needed to get your interceptions down, your completions up. Talk a little bit about how that's worked throughout the course of the year and what you're seeing. How's the game slowing down for you to where you're as comfortable as you seem to be right now?
The game is slowing down, and it's a lot of confidence, and it's just a lot of chemistry with my receivers. I worked hard with my receivers last year, and this year it's even harder. The time we spend together going through everything, going through what we're going to get, everything on every play, just makes it so easy. And the game feels so slow when we're in there, because it feels like we've gone against it so many times by the time game day comes around. So it makes it really easy, and it's all credits to the receivers. I can't catch the ball for them, and I can't run the routes for them. So they just do an amazing job of getting open and making plays. And the offensive line has done an incredible job all season as well.
I would imagine in practice, there's probably everyone but the offensive line man, I'm open. Get me the ball. You've got 4 or 5 guys on every play, and I'm teasing with you, of course, but the talent around you and being able to have a freshman and Penny Hart breaking records left and right, yeah. Donovan, who's right behind you, and Robert Davis, who consistently is coming up with big plays one after the other. And then you throw it down the middle to Keith Rucker. What's going on with that?
There's absolutely no selfishness with those guys, and it's amazing, because a lot of times you get really good receivers and they all want the ball all the time, but they understand and they know, and they're so close together, they're all such amazing friends, that they know they can't cover everybody, and that going into the game it's going to be somebody's day. And every game we've had Donovan, Robert, Penny, and Keith as the leading receivers at least at one point in this season after a game. And that just goes to defenses can't cover everyone. And they understand that if they're the guy getting double covered, they're looking forward to seeing the stats of the other guy that's not. That they're as happy for the other guy's success. Donovan gets as happy for Penny touchdowns as he gets for his own.
Yeah, and he also had a personal foul on that first touchdown.
Yeah, he got too excited. And it's just a thing with us celebrating. We're such a tight-knit group, and we just love each other to death, and we love to see each other succeed, and we know our success and our talent helps each other succeed.
Now, we've teased up in the booth about you being able to scramble, get out of the pocket, but today I saw a couple of occasions where there were wide open spaces once you moved up offensive line. Tell us a little bit about that, and then what you're also seeing once you're able to escape that initial pressure.
They were doing a really good job of firing off the ball, getting upfield and pass rushing as a defensive line. But when you do that, our offensive line was doing a great job of continuing to take them, make them run a wide loop around me, giving me room to step up in the pocket. And then their linebackers were so concerned with our receivers that they were turning their back to me and looking at the receivers. So when I was stepping up, there was usually nobody in that area for me to be able to run. And I'm not the fastest, but if you give me 20 yards of green grass, I might be able to get 10.
Yeah, that's a good trade out of this right there.